What was my hair out? My hair looks, I don't too bad. Have my hood on. Are you saving up? I'm eating my fruits, so you guys gonna have to deal with that. Or not. Are you saving up? What are you buying? What's going on? What are you buying? I want to know what everybody's buying. Got a little unicorn here. What's everybody buying? You saving up? Do you think it's getting ready to go down? If you are, what are you buying? Give me some tips. I go to the store all the time, look around, don't know what to get. What are you saving up? What are you buying? What are you saving up? So I bought 2 cans of, not 2 cans. I bought some beans, 4 cans of beans. I figure might as well stock up some more on that. You know, I think I'll get some more tuna. That's only right. The sound is not sounding. So I'm gonna grab some more tuna. Eggs and rice. Perishables. Well, one is a perishable, the other one isn't. Eggs and rice. So I went out, bought a huge bag of rice. Huge bag. I got a damn bag. Big old thing. I got it sitting in my refrigerator. I know it doesn't belong there, but I like it. I like it just sitting there. I got another smaller bag of rice, but I might get another big bag of rice. I might get another big old, because I'm thinking 6 months of food. And although you don't want to eat rice every day, you know, you can still eat rice, and, you know, rice can get you through this. Rice can do that, especially if you got like rice and some tomato sauce, or, you know how to make up a little something out of nothing, or you start growing plants, you know, get the plant game going. You can throw some, rice will get you through. Start planting tomatoes. So I got a couple flower pots, so I can get my tomato game on if I need to. See what's going on with the sound, but yeah. So, what else is everybody buying? Rice, eggs, beans, chicken in a can. Don't sleep on that chicken in a can. It's not sexy, but I rock with that chicken in a can. Chicken in a can. Tuna. Yeah. That tuna, 100. Tuna, for sure. I get the big cans of tuna like this. So I get those. And the speakers aren't working. Oh, sound is down. Huh. Well, that's a yeah. So I get that. I get some vegetables. I do get vegetables. I get vegetables. Yeah, not too much though. I get mostly carbs. You know what I'm saying? I get mostly carbs. So I carb it up. I carb it, you guys. I don't know. I carb it. So another thing I was looking at. Okay, so another thing I was looking at. I was looking at generators again. So I found some generators for, let's see what kind of generator it was. I need to look it up again. Anyways, I found 1,500 watts generators, solar generators. Now it said 153, but I was like, I know it's going to be more than this. But there's a sale on generators. So you guys, it's a great time to go out and buy yourself a solar generator. How long has it been sitting, Matt? How long has it been? Oh, somebody's talking to me on Facebook. How long has it been sitting? Mapping news. I'm gonna buy a fridge. Anyway, so solar generators. Let me look up the one that I had been peeping out. I forgot what it was called, but yeah. Solar. Let's see. I was looking at it on Facebook too, and then I looked it up. Oh, man. I still had the page up, but I don't. Anyways, just go and look up solar generators because I don't know what I did with it. The information. Jackery. Jackery solar generators, 1,800 watts. I was looking at some 1,500 watts and some 2,000 watts. So it's gonna be more than a couple $100, but nonetheless, they're on sale now. So it depends on what you're trying to do. You can get yourself a solar generator for the car. Cheaper now. So you can do that. And yeah. What else? Okay, so people are buying land. How about that real quick? There's nobody here, but I'm going to talk anyway. So people are buying land, right? And they're buying this land, and they're going, and they're like becoming homesteaders, and they're inviting other people to come and park on their land. Some people have land for mobile homes. Some people have lands for your home. So some of you guys are looking to get away from the city because of what's going on with all the chaos. Might not be a bad idea if you can afford it. to become a homesteader. Now, I'm not saying go out and build a house. And some people are actually living in barns now. They're taking barns and they're remodeling the whole barn. And it's just a huge house. Big open door, space, redid the floors, walls, everything. Made it a lot more sturdy. Beautiful, beautiful job. It's just a huge house. Took a whole barn, gutted it out, redid everything, made sure it was stable, painted it white. Just a beautiful, house now. So some of you guys might look into stuff like that. I don't know how much money you guys got. I assume that you guys have money. So yeah, there's some ideas for you. Or just go live on somebody's land. Just pull up in your van. Some of you guys and girls who live like that, out of your trucks, out of your vans, out of your cars, make YouTube videos about it, make money off of it. Pull up to one of these places in your van. They're not going to say anything. Hell, they might not even charge you for being there because you're not going to stay. I'm sure if they do, it's not going to cost you, $500 a month. But a lot of these people want you to, or you have the option to stay. And you have the option to build in some places. In some places you have, hell, you might even have the option of buying some land from some of these people. There's a lot of people who have a lot of land that's not doing anything. It's just their land. So they're waiting for somebody to come and buy it. So there's also that opportunity. The good thing about that is it's already been vetted. So it's not marshland, not unless you want marshland. It's not terrible land. It's good land to build on. So if you got yourself an FHA, you can say, hey, I want to go ahead and do this here. Some places down south have this going on. So you got an FHA. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and build a house or build something. Lay the land down. Might cost you, what, $250, $3? Hell, just to get power out to you is going to cost you $20. So there's your option. If you got money, you got more options. But if you're poor, but you can still travel, still got options. But you're going to need some type of annuity to keep you going. Not unless you work on that land and they're paying you, which is also an option. So you can find some of these landowners who need hands. They need people, to pick apples. Some people are buying land and don't know that there's an orchard on there, and they're just not finding out that there's an orchard. So, I saw some land yesterday or day before yesterday where I went and bought a refrigerator, this beautiful home, about a half an hour from here. And older couple in her 80s. Well, he was in his 80s. She was in her 70s. Nice home, swimming pool, everything. Right behind them was, I don't know how many acres of corn. And they were like, we don't own any of this. A doctor owns this. Some female doctor bought up all that land. She rents the corn out. Well, she rents the land out. And people who own the corn, but they don't own the land. So she makes money off of the bushels of corn. She's making a lot of money too. A lot. So there are some options out there for you guys. Not going to talk too much longer. Nobody's here. But there are some options. And yeah. Want you guys to know that. Start looking into these things. Might not be a bad idea to get out the city. Might not be a bad idea to team up. Not necessarily as a couple, but don't leave that option out. But you got a couple of homeboys, couple of homegirls, people you've been cool with since high school. Throw your money together. Find some of these people who need some help on their land. You live on the land and you work on it. That's it and that's all. It helps if, like I said, you got some type of annuity going on. So some of you might have SSI. Some of you might have money in the market. So some dividends might be coming your way. Some of you might do the whole preferred stock. You know, it's more volatile, but, you know, if you're doing dividend stock, and you got everything boop, 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 just right, you can have about, you can have as many as you want, but if you got, I don't know, $5,000-$6,000 into just one dividend stock, you'd be looking at, if the dividend stock is 0.39%, you would take that, you would take your $5,000 times 0.39%, whatever that comes out to be, that's what your dividend is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 times a year. That's a nice little income. $200-$300 just out of nowhere, boom. Well, you know where it's coming from. Plus the growth. If it's growing 5% a week, okay. If it's doing 60% a year, you get one of these national trust banks out of Canada. Those banks are doing 60% a year. 60% growth. Come on. That's not bad at all. Throw $5,000 at them. Going to give you 3.9 or 0.39, excuse me. You're looking at a DCP midstream, which deals with energy. Look at those. Sometimes they have some really nice dividends. Let's say, let's look at some, see who else got some nice dividends. Dick's Sporting Goods, even though they dropped 21%, but they're coming back now. They're coming back now. So I have money in Dick's Sporting Goods. Who else? I've got some good dividends. Alarian Fund. Alarian Fund got some good dividends. They're 0.68. Sometimes they're even a lot more than that. Sometimes they're 0.75. Come on, man, throw $10,000 into that. Throw 10 grand that you don't need into that. Woo. Let your dividends hit every quarter. Bam. I mean, if you think about that, your dividends hit off of 10,000. I mean, yes, that's a nice chunk of change that you're getting. So, yeah, there's some nice growth stock out there. I wouldn't really deal with meme stocks too much. Upstart, really nice growth stock. New company, haven't even been a year old, growing like wildfire. Shot up 10% this week, last week. 8% one day, 10% the next day, went down 5% the next day, came back up. So $4,000 or $5,000 on that. $200-$300 right there in one day. One day, boom. There's a lot of other stock out there that's good if you want to take that risk. But Upstart is a good stock right now. Alarian is actually a fund. MLP, that's good right now. It was down. It dropped down 13%. Oh, no. I forgot what it dropped down to, but it did drop down. Then it came back up. So check that out. Check out your royalty banks, your Canadian royalty. They don't grow as much and they don't pay out as much, but they don't sink. So you have a dividend fund or a dividend stock, it drops down on you 5% and struggles like Dick's Sporting Good did. Dropped down 21% on me. Struggled. People sold off. By the time it recovered back to zero, I had lost a bunch of money on it. Now, of course, it's coming back. But still, your banks are not going to do that. So your Canadian banks, they're not going to drop down on you like that, or at least not that I know of. So if you're looking for some good, stable stocks, go look at those Canadian bank stocks. They're good stuff. Like I said, they're not going to drop down 20% on you, at least not that I've seen yet. And I can show you, use some illustration here, what I'm talking about. Let me pull up some banks here. So I have Canadian Imperial Bank right now. So that's what it's doing right now. It's up 49%. I don't have a lot of money on it. It's grown 2.8% just this week. I mean, imagine if you had $10,000 on that, $5,000 on that. It's grown 6.9% this month, and it's grown 60.79 in a year. So you put $10,000 on this for a year, you're going to already get the majority of it back within a year. 60% plus you get a dividend off of this. I don't know what the dividend is, but you get a dividend off of this. Yeah. That's why people like these banks. This is Canada Imperial Bank of Commerce. That's why people like these banks. That's why I keep my eye on them. I was heavily into growth stocks, but now I'm really looking hard at these because you're not going to lose a lot of money on these. These banks are pretty stable. So, and I really like stability. So let me show you a company that I've been looking at. This is Upstart. And it's a company I've been looking at. It's down 105 right now, but that's fine. But it's up 13%. That's just this week. This month, 30%. I mean, put $1,000, $2,000 on that. 30% 1 month. I mean, come on. This is what it's done so far this year. Look at that number. And that's so far this year. And here's the thing, if you look at overall, it's the same number, meaning this company is brand new. This company grows it's just growing so crazy. So there's just some companies that you can get some money off of. I also got money into an Alerian fund, my MLP ETF ALP. And I'll get a check off of that. I'll get what's it gonna be? It's gonna be next month. So I'll get a quarterly off of that. So next month I'll see a quarterly. Yep. And the month after that, my Dick's Sporting Goods will give me its quarterly. So how I'm trying to set this up now, long and hard, I'm trying to set up to where I get a paycheck every month from a different company or a different fund. Now, there are some high dividend yield companies that you can look at, but they're very volatile. So if you're looking at a company that is giving you 15% dividend, you're like, woohoo, 15%. Yeah, but if you're losing, you know what I mean? If the company is constantly sinking and you're losing money, that dividend, once you finally get that dividend, you might not even break even. Especially if the company is pretty much going out of business, then you're not going to break even. It's just not going to be worth it. They're just, they know they're going out of business. They're just hanging on and just paying you out anyway. Also, companies don't have to pay you dividends. So you can get into a company and it's paying you dividends, and then they can stop paying you dividends whenever they want to. Another thing is a company can change how much dividend they pay you. So in my Alerian fund, the dividend that they pay me is in between like 5 something on up to 7. So you can check and see what it did last year, and then check this year to see what it did, and check the schedule because they pay out on the same day. So the payout will go out on September the 12th. You won't see it in your bank account or Cash App or whatever you're using IRA, Roth IRA, whatever you're using, you're not going to see it until the 19th. So September 19th, you're going to get a check, depending on how much money you put into it. I think this time the dividend is 6.8 or 0.68. So, yeah, there you go. So, anyway, so we'll go ahead and go. Thanks for stopping by.